Hello, you guys, and welcome back to Books by Brit TV. I'm your host, Brit, and today we are going to be doing the Friends Challenge. Yay! So it is essentially a challenge or tag that was created based on the show Friends featuring Jennifer Aniston, and I don't know everyone else who plays in it. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I've never watched an episode of Friends. Excuse me. I've never watched an episode of Friends. I've Only thing I really know about Friends is that, Jennifer Aniston played on it, and that I think the Joey character is supposed to be in, like the idiot or whatever. The only thing I know about it is the memes and GIFs that I see online, but I've never actually watched an episode. And also, there's always this ongoing debate or ongoing conversation about Friends being, a ripoff of Living Single. Now, I know all the characters' name of Living Single, but I can't tell you, like my favorite episode. Then I can't tell you the name of a favorite episode or anything like that, but I do know a couple of clips here and there. But nevertheless, we're gonna still do this here tag because it seems fun. Actually, I saw the tag on Kayla Lindsay channel, which y'all should definitely check out. She reviews book. Right now, it feels like she's on a Stephen King kick because I feel like the last few videos that out of 10, I feel like out of the last 10 I've seen of her, like 6 have been about Stephen King. But nonetheless, y'all should definitely check out her channel. Like, she has some really good stuff on her channel. Anyway, I found the one that I'm going to be using. I'm not going to be using the tag per se that Kayla did. I'm going to be using the one that I found online at Reading at Tea Time, at readingatteatime.wordpress.com, right? So let's get to it. Excuse me. Hold on. Let me get my water. Now, I haven't thought about none of my answers beforehand, because if I was to do that, or my responses, because if I was to do that, y'all, I would be overthinking it, more than it needs to be, right? So we just going to be doing this off the top of my head. Okay, so the first character I guess we're going to be starting with is Monica, a book based on a game or competition. The Hunger Games. Yes, The Hunger Game by Suzanne Collins, right? Or, if to think about a book, because it didn't say a series, one of my favorites of the Harry Potter, which is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. That was based on the Triwizard Tournament. So maybe I'll go with Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire instead of Hunger Games. How do you organize your books? Actually, I don't really have a system. I do got a system. Let me not act like that. The books at the bottom 2-3 rows of my bookshelves, nobody can borrow those. Those are my Harry Potters, Toni Morrison, Alice Walker, the Joy Luck Club, Barack Obama autobiography, Maya Angelou. Nobody can borrow those books. So the books at the bottom, no goes. I want to get those to my kids. But I have horror and suspense together. Then I have V.C. Andrews and Anne Rice together. And then I have urban literature and young adult together. So I guess that's how you could say that's how I organize my books. Okay, the next one is Rachel, a book you read for the hype. Girl, this is actually a series, Twilight. Like, sometimes I can just feel when a book isn't going to be any good, really. And Twilight was one. Like, I was introduced to Twilight my senior year of high school, which was awesome, right? Because by then, the last Harry Potter book had came out, going into my junior. Was it going into my junior year? Yeah, I think the last Harry Potter book came out in 2007. But yeah, so, I needed something else to read, and I saw everybody walking around with the book with an apple on the front, I believe, and the Moonlight book. And I said, oh, I need to read these books. I need to read these books. And I read the first Twilight book, and I was like, where the rest of the book at, right? It's missing a couple of pieces. Yeah, definitely Twilight. I read that book for the hype. The whole series I read for the hype, thinking I was going to get, something. I ain't never get what I was looking for. Matter of fact, I might do a video about that, reading Twilight at 17 versus 30. Shopping addict. What makes you buy a book? I just buy the book. Like, I'm the type of person, whenever I go to the mall, I always have to go into Books A Million or Barnes and Noble if they're connected to the mall, right? So I just have to go in there and see whatever catches my fancy. That's what I do. A science fiction book. 1984 by what's the man name? Let me look it up. It's 1984 book by George Orwell. I be getting George Orwell and Orson Welles mixed up together for sometimes. I don't know why. But yeah, that's a great science fiction book, if you will. On a break, which books have you put down to pick up later? Um, Wicked. Yeah, the book Wicked, that's based on, let me look it up real quick for y'all. Hold up. Wicked book. By Gregory Maguire. I read that book, started reading it in high school, and I got to page like 150, and it was boring. I put it down, and every time I try to read it again, I never get past 150 or 152. So, Wicked. Excuse me. Chandler. A book that made you laugh out loud. Child. G-Spot by Noire, Noire. That book had catchphrases for days that I laughed out loud out so hard. Like, it was one scene where this girl brought her baby to the strip club, and the owner of the strip club came to see what was, all commotion about. And his girlfriend pushed the baby in his arms, and he was like, "God damn it, Juicy," and sat the baby on the cold floor. And I swear, like, I died. I said, "Gee, cold-blooded." And then, actually, that book and the prequel to it called Before the G-Spot, by the same author, of course, that one made me laugh even hard. Like, his, you just need to read that. Read G-Spot and Before the G-Spot by Noire, Noire. I don't know how to pronounce it. I think my mom pronounced it Noire, and my cousin pronounced it Noire. I don't know. That Time at Space Mountain. Are there any books that you're embarrassed to admit you've read? No, there's no books that I'm embarrassed to admit I've read. No. I think I'd be embarrassing myself when I say I'm not going to read a book because I was mad at the previous book and then I end up reading it anyway. But no. This is Joey. A scary book you'd keep in the freezer. Pet Cemetery by Stephen King. I read that book either my 10th or 11th grade year, and I had to get my baby brother, who was like 10 or 11, to sleep with me because I was so afraid to sleep by myself. Like 50 pages into the book, and I was looking around like, somebody in here. I kept, matter of fact, I had a dream that the dog next door turned into one of those Pet Cemetery dogs, and he was trying to kill me and my little brother. I was so afraid of that book. I'm scared, and that's why to this day, whenever I'm reading a Stephen King book, I can't read it alone. Somebody have to be at home with me. Really, with any horror book, somebody have to be around me while I'm reading. I can't even go to the beach and read those books. V is for encyclopedia. As an adult, have you read any books with words you had to look up to understand? No, but typically, like, I keep a thesaurus next to me anyway, whenever I'm reading or writing. So no, not as an adult, but as a kid, I think I mentioned this in my V.C. Andrews books. I had to have the encyclopedia or the thesaurus to look up some of the stuff that she was saying in those books. All right. Phoebe! A book with a supernatural or spiritual theme. Okay, it's a toss-up, y'all, between Beloved by Toni Morrison or Child of God by Lolita Files. Definitely read both of those books if you haven't yet. Like, both of them have an awesome story, and to me, they're not that difficult to read or follow. The Boycott. Are there any authors, booksellers, or publishers you refuse to support? No, I think probably Patricia Highsmith, I think is her name. She's the author of The Talented Mr. Ripley. Yeah, her name is Patricia Highsmith. And the only reason I would say that is because I love the movie The Talented Mr. Ripley, and I know it's like maybe a 18 book or it might be 7 to 18 book series. And I was going to read some of her stuff, but unfortunately I came across some things where she was making very disparaging remarks against like Jewish and Black Americans. So I don't know if I'm going to actually read them yet. I really want to. So I think I'm going to actually try to find the actual interviews and see what she said verbatim. But no, nobody that I really would boycott yet. Janice. This is funny. Oh my God. A book with an oh my God twist. Definitely Cubana by Jaquavis Coleman. And I'm going to give y'all the spoiler if you haven't read it. The end of that book, when it was revealed that it was a man the entire time, I was like, oh my God. So yes, I'm sorry y'all if I just spoiled the book if you haven't read it, but yes, that was an awesome twist. And what was amazing about it was I took my time when I read that book, because I kept seeing polarized reviews on it. But also in the group chat, not group chat, I'm sorry, but in the Facebook group before the page disappeared, they used to always talk about, oh my God, did y'all see that twist coming? That twist just blew my mind. And I was like, this twist better be good too. And that was an awesome twist, right? Next is Emily, don't have a picture of her, a British classic. I can think of a British classic off the top of my head that I've read and I love. So, sorry. A book nobody seems to be talking about is a picture of Gunther. I think I'm gonna watch this show, y'all, for real, because these little clips that she have on this website is really interesting. A book nobody seems to be talking about. A book nobody seems to be talking about. Oh, you know what? The book is called oh, y'all, I gotta think of the book. Hold up, wait a minute. Let me Google his name really quick. Let me Google his name really quick. And yes. Marlon James. Like I came across his books the other day. I was in Barnes and Nobles. I had to think about which one I went to. I was at Barnes and Nobles and I came across his books like Black Leopard, Red Wolf, and the Book of Night Women. And then when I go on YouTube, I don't see too many people talking about the books or whatnot, but they seem like they're highly acclaimed books. I just don't see too many people talking about the books. But maybe it's because I saw that he said on the interview once that he doesn't like to hear feedback from his readers, so maybe that's why not too many people are talking about the books online. Like, I can't find any online threads, anything like that about his books. Anywho, Carol and Susan, an LGBTQ plus book or author, bastard out of Carolina, I believe. Let me look at the author name real quick, y'all. But I know that she's Dorothy Allison. Yes, I do know that she's a member of the LGBT community. So yeah, and that's one of my favorite books too. I be saying that about every book I read. This is my favorite book. But yeah, Bastard Out of Carolina. A book or character with intense stalker vibes. Oh, we're gonna have to give it up to what's the book called? It's The Hunchback of Notre Dame by Victor Hugo. What was his name? Rollo? Let me look it up, y'all. Frollo was completely ensnared with Esmeralda and obsessed with her. So definitely Hunchback of Notre Dame. You need to read that book as well as watch the cartoon that Disney did. I believe it was pretty awesome. Alrighty, Mike. A slow burning book or romance novel. Daisy's Back in Town by, I think, Lee Gibson, or I would say Afterburn, by Zane. That was an awesome romance book, and it was slow burning. Okay, it has Richard, a book that left you feeling accomplished or better educated. Y'all know what? It would have to be a series, and it's the Maya Angelou's, her 7 or maybe 8 now. I don't think I read the last of her books when she talked about, I think her relationship with her mother, she was older. But yeah, it would be Maya Angelou's autobiography, starting with I Know Why the Cage Bird Sings, All God's Children Need Traveling Shoes, Gather Together in My Name. Gather Together in My Name was my favorite one. That was my favorite book. But yeah, those books her autobiography left me better educated, and just it gave me so it fortified a lot of me, right, of what I was feeling at the time when I was going through some of the things. Even though I didn't go through exactly what she went through, I can identify with my mind state and her mind state at the same time, right? Bonus question. Which Friends character do you identify most with? I haven't watched the series, so I can't tell you guys that. I'm sorry. But y'all know what, I'm definitely gonna watch the at least try to start watching the first season. If I can get through the first episode without saying it's boring, calling my boyfriend and telling him this show boring, then I'm gonna go ahead and watch the entire series. But anyway, you guys, that's all I got for now. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe, and also follow me on Instagram at Books by Britt. Right, I'm trying to post more on there, y'all. But yeah. See you guys in the next video. Bye.